Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this movie review. The fact that you're willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. And today we're going to be talking about a new Netflix series, Behind Her Eyes. And I just have to say, this one is a serious roller coaster of emotions. Like, wow. So a very brief breakdown of the story is we are with Louise. And she is in a bar and she meets a strapping, handsome young man. And the two really hit it off and they start to have a romantic entanglement. But he unfortunately calls it off and he runs away. And we're like, okay, cool, that's the end of that. Little does she know that he is pretty much her new boss. And not only that, he is married to a woman that she has just started a new friendship with. So there is a whole bunch of just messed up relationship stuff going on there. And that is just the absolute tip of the iceberg. So much more unfolds and so much more takes place within this series that I don't want to spoil because I want you to experience it firsthand, because there is what this series does really well is unpack the story and unravel it and reveal details. That was my favorite part about this series, is really engaging with the story and taking out as much as I could, because it really expertly reveals new information to you. So if I had to compare this to another Netflix series, the closest one that I'm aware of that I could probably come up with is The Stranger or Equinox. They're all incredibly stylistically similar. They're all in the thriller genre. They all have this incredibly high sense of suspense. And if you enjoyed either The Stranger or Equinox, I would highly recommend you watch this series as well. They are all incredibly great series. Probably some of my favorite thrillers I've ever watched. So I would recommend you watch this series. It really had me, especially in the final episode, on the edge of my seat. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I will say the conclusion had me flustered. It was not a bad conclusion in any sense of the word. But I know that I like to put specific expectations on endings, and I come up with my own fan theories as things go along. And my fan theory was so incredibly off with this one. So it was a good conclusion. I just feel a lot of people might also feel like it's not the conclusion they wanted. So I'm just warning you, if you're going to be spending 6 hours of your time with this series, because there are a total of 6 episodes, each one about an hour in length, you are going to have a hard time with the conclusion potentially, because you have now invested 6 hours of your life into these characters and their story. So the biggest draw of this series is, of course, the story. The story and the performances given by the actors. Everything blends together seamlessly here. The actors have given a phenomenal performance and they've really brought their characters to life, which is awesome, especially when you consider how intricate the story is behind the series. So this series was based off of a best-selling novel of the same name. And I have to say, flip, that author has some crazy ideas. As I mentioned earlier, the setup is rather simple and seems to be based in our reality. It's something that could happen. But there definitely starts to sprinkle a bit of the supernatural as the series goes on. And that's a turn in the series that was really engaging and exciting for me. Another aspect of the series that I really enjoyed was the soundtrack and the original score. Incredibly eerie. Definitely helps immerse you in the story and its unsettling elements. It was really great. And the cinematography as well. And I think, honestly, it's just the perfect combination of everything. Performances, camera angles, and cinematography, the soundtrack, everything blends so well together, especially in the first few episodes. You can definitely understand the feelings and the emotions of the characters simply by observing the scene. The characters don't even have to say anything, and you can understand everyone's relationships. You can understand people are uneasy around one another. You can understand that people are in love with one another, or there's lust between different characters. You can feel that because it's a perfect blend of all of these elements coming together. So guys, I would highly recommend this series, but as I said, the final episode might disappoint a few of you, and I will be honest, this is a slow burn. This is a slow burn series. I would say it really only starts to get really exciting in episode 3 and 4. But the first few episodes are so well crafted that you don't actually get bored while watching it. Even though nothing necessarily happens, it's still an engaging story that's developed well, and you can engage with the characters in their ordinary lives. But guys, thank you so much for watching this review. You guys are the best, you're awesome, and I hope to see you again in another video. Hey guys, I just want to take the final 20 seconds of this video to shout out Jared Naidu. He's an absolute friend of mine. He's such a gem. Guys, seriously, go check out his YouTube channel. He also just recently won Create Today's Content Creator of the Month, which is so flipping cool. I'm so incredibly happy for him. So guys, do yourself a favor, jump across to his channel, link down below.